Hi, my name is Elise Goldstein, and I am a SMAHRT intern on the promotions team. I've had the great opportunity to speak with the different interns that are completing URS projects through SMAHRT. Tune in to this podcast to learn more about their hard work.
Hi, my name is Zoe Stratman. I'm a junior at UW-Madison, and I've been with the SMAHRT team for exactly a year, I think. And what motivates me working on SMAHRT is definitely seeing and hearing what other people are doing and watching how others are so successful and motivated. I think that's like the driving force. So the team aspect of SMAHRT really is beneficial to be a part of.
My name is Manya Shah. I'm a sophomore. I'm majoring in neurobio. And I think what motivates me the most about SMAHRT is like the fact that the whole purpose is to gain as much insight into something that's so prevalent in so many people's lives right now and how that's affecting the mental health. Because I feel like social media has become such like a norm nowadays that we kind of just think of it as a daily task. Mm-hmm. So having, interns and all these people conducting research about it, I think is very important.
My name is Emersa Garamella. I'm a freshman at UW-Madison. I think what motivates me to be on the SMAHRT team is that I really like the collaborative aspect of the research we do, and it's really nice that there's so much flexibility in what we can research and learn, so I can really try to do research relevant to my interests and kind of dig into topics that I find are really cool.
My name is Granny McDonough. I'm a first-year student at UW-Madison. And just to start off kind of with what motivates me about SMAHRT, I think I was initially attracted to SMAHRT because I wanted to get into undergraduate research because I kind of heard about how good it all was at Wisconsin. So I viewed a list of what seemed like endless research opportunities, but SMAHRT, I think, was the one that really stuck out to me because I use social media every day, and I don't really remember the last time I woke up and didn't check a social media app. So there have been times, too, that I, cleansed myself, deleted apps, deactivated my accounts, and, I tried to understand why, what social media was doing to me mentally and beyond that, made me feel like I should do this to better myself. So when I read more about SMAHRT, too, I realized that the team works to answer these exact questions that I had about myself, and they try to apply it to different adolescent health, too. And so I never really realized that social media research was something I could become involved in, but I did find it with SMAHRT, and I think one of the things that motivates me most is that it involves health and social media, which are two things I'm extremely interested in and are prevalent in my everyday life. And also I'd say with research, it's so easy to lose hope or feel discouraged when you aren't seeing what you were expecting to see. But with SMAHRT, it's there's always someone to talk to, and you're not treated as an intern, you're treated as an equal. So then it kind of motivates me to do equal work and equal quality of work. So I think those are the main things that keep me motivated with SMAHRT.
So my name is Leica Polarsetti, and I am currently a sophomore at UW-Madison. And I think what motivates me most about being in SMAHRT is that everyone is very supportive of the work that I do, especially because my project is in an area of research where there's not a lot of content out there. Everyone's very supportive in giving me new ideas and letting me run ideas by them. And especially my mentor, Brad, has been very helpful in terms of helping me find research and researching the gap in the literature, as well as helping me figure out what some next steps are with my research.
My name is Quinn Alfordson. I'm a freshman at UW-Madison, and what motivates me most about the SMAHRT team is the team collaboration and atmosphere.
What is the topic of your URS project?
Yeah, so I am looking at UW-Madison's Twitter page, and I'm seeing how in the fall semester of 2020 they posted about COVID-19 through their tweets. That's my main topic.
So my URS project is looking at hallucinogen discussion on TikTok. So basically, or just looking at videos and content relating to like hallucinogens on the app TikTok and seeing what kind of conversation is around that.
Wow.
I'm evaluating adolescent response to photo editing on Instagram.
So my URS project is looking at body positivity on content on TikTok. So it's does positive content look like during COVID-19 on TikTok? And also, is there a relationship between body positivity and COVID-19 content on TikTok? So kind of just looking at those different like realms of TikTok.
So the topic for my URS project is exploring the discussion of a birth control implant called Nexplanon on Twitter. And essentially, I'm just looking at whether or not there's positive or negative feedback on Twitter about this birth control implant.
My URS project is on virtual learning and mental wellness.
What inspired this topic?
Yeah, so I started thinking about what I wanted to research this year, and obviously COVID has been like a very prevalent topic, and it was just something that was directly applicable to my life experience. You know, I am a college student. I'm looking at social media now more than I think I have in the past. So I was really interested to see if at the university level they had made any changes and like what is the content that UW-Madison is posting right now when we're in the midst of a pandemic and are all back at school. It's just very interesting, and I wanted to know what was happening.
To look at, like, since it got so big over quarantine, I kind of wanted to see how, like, substances were being talked about on TikTok specifically. And since there's a lot of research on, like, marijuana and alcohol, I wanted to look at, like, hallucinogens specific.
In high school, I wrote an essay about how social media, you see, like, all the highlights of people's lives, and you don't even know what's really real. And it affects like how we present ourselves and like how we want to seem versus like kind of how we are. And so that kind of went to me thinking, you know, we see all these influencers and celebrities posting all these pictures and they seem perfect. We all want to kind of be like them, even if it's just like a passing thought. And so I was trying to see if people were responding to editing in a negative or positive way, to kind of show like if that has any effect on self-esteem or if we could find that within the comment.
I think honestly what inspired it in the beginning was all personal experience, really. As I mentioned, I do use social media like daily, and I remember my screen time drastically increasing during the pandemic, especially because of TikTok.
Absolutely.
And yeah, right. And on my For You page, I remember just seeing a bunch of different changes in content where, like, some people were posting, like, workout videos that had never done that before. And other people were posting, like, videos showing that they had gained weight. So that was something I was really interested in looking at. Like, as people were undergoing these physical changes during the pandemic, how did that affect, like, the people who were consuming this content and the millions of users who were watching it? So that's kind of basically where it all started for me.
So this topic was in part inspired by the URS course that I'm in. So during the course, we watched this documentary called The Bleeding Edge, which touched a little bit on medical devices and how the process is not as stringent for like drugs, for example. So after researching a little bit more into it, since it seemed interesting to me, I slowly realized that medical devices are, it's not even that the process isn't stringent, it's that the devices are so under-tested that it's basically very common for these kind of symptoms to arise in medical devices, and it's very hard to get them recalled after they do arise. Mm-hmm. So I'm also minoring in health policy, so this is kind of an intersection of both areas of interest in like medicine as well as health politics. So that's why it sparked my interest.
Transitioning from in-person to online school was really hard, and I wanted to explore how it was affecting other people in college as well.
And what do you hope to get out of this project?
I think I really just wanted the extra understanding of what was going on social media. It just was really interesting to me. But furthermore, I the overall goal or my hopeful implication is that the language that university accounts or just any account in general is using in their tweet language is important, and it does matter because it can shape the way people are viewing topics. So with a very polarizing topic such as COVID, I think it's really important to be aware of the language you're using to promote certain aspects of it, because it does have the risk of either coming off really against it or really pro whatever topic. So I think it's just, I wanted to know if the language mattered, which I think it does.
So far, it has really helped me kind of understand what research actually entails, because I feel in my head I had this picture of chemistry class in high school, and it's just not what it is at all. And also I had it's really interesting learning about how the whole process is carried out, because I thought of research as something that you had to be a certain level to do, but it's as a freshman, if I can do it, it just feels I'm learning a lot from the experience.
Honestly, I just wanted a little more insight into how it was affecting people. And I think what I was hoping to get out of it was kind of to see what people think is attractive and if that's affecting their own, the amount of time that they're putting into their own pictures, or if, with Facetune or Photoshop or something like that, if that's perceived in a positive or negative way.
Yeah.
One thing that I thought initially too was TikTok is just so new for research that's been something I was really excited and happy to be able to get out of this project, was just doing research on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd say also I hope to be able just to inform other people of the content they're consuming or their children are consuming, family members, and especially amid a pandemic, because it's already not easy on people's mental health. So it's important to remember what we're consuming and how we're reacting to it.
Actually, as I mentioned before, there's not much research in this area of study. So I hope to use this independent project as a pilot study to kind of create some substance in that area where I can then build upon different conclusions that I come to from this study. And then my hope is that this will bring more people, it'll increase awareness and attention around this issue, which could possibly help to make FDA restrictions more stringent throughout the process and possibly help a lot of people.
I hope to learn the main factors that are impacting our mental health through the transition to virtual learning so we can make informed decisions for the future.
What has been the most rewarding part of your URS project?
The most rewarding part for me has been coming up with a project from start to finish and actually getting to a point where I've gotten results. And so I did URS last year, but I did a secondary analysis. So I looked at pre-existing data, and I didn't have to personally collect anything. All I did was run analysis on existing data. Whereas this time around, I collected all the data. I came up with all the qualifications for things that I needed to code, and stuff like that. So it's been really rewarding to see all of this work that I had to do, the collection, everything. It's been really interesting to see it all come to fruition. And I think that's been a really rewarding experience because it's really opened my eyes to all the work that goes into the full research process.
The rewarding part of my project has probably been, I really enjoyed getting the results. carrying the whole process through, from writing the proposal to carrying out data collection and now presenting at the symposium, it feels like I completed the full circle, and I think that's really exciting to see because I couldn't see myself doing this like last year.
I think being able to realize, because I'm in a science field, so I kind of thought of research as really quantitative. Mm-hmm. And so to like see the impact of qualitative analysis and data collection and like how much information you can receive from that, I really didn't realize how important it was until I started this.
Above all else, like being able to call myself a member of the SMAHRT team has been extremely rewarding in every way. Awesome. And I think in terms of the research, like thinking of a question and creating an experiment to like answer this question, it's definitely been a journey, but it's been so rewarding to see like a simple observation I made in like regular day life become a grand experiment that I've been able to find answers to these questions I had. So I think all of that has kind of just been rewarding to see how the process really works.